A new state of play coming very soon, 2 PlayStation games getting canceled, and one might really shock you. And lastly, we're going to be talking about Bloodborne Remake, Remaster, and why we have not seen that just yet. All that in today's video. Please, guys, if we can hit a goal of 250 likes on this video, I'd be very grateful. I appreciate all the support you guys have shown on previous videos. Please subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update and share the video also to help grow our community. Now let's talk about what Nate the Hate had to say about a state of play. If you guys didn't know, he revealed that there was going to be the Switch 2 official reveal from Nintendo today, that being January 16th, and it actually did happen. And he actually did this way ahead of time, where it was a situation where people didn't believe that that was actually going to happen. And while basking in his, glory of being right, he was asked, do you know anything about the next state of play? And he responded, how's February sound? So basically people are taking it as he's saying February is when we will see the next state of play. And I would like to just throw a couple things out there. Number one, obviously this is a source that has been accurate in the past, most recently with the Switch 2. They've also revealed they have also rumored, I guess we'll call it for now, that Halo is coming to Switch 2 and PlayStation alongside other titles as well. So very likely that they might know something here. But I would also throw attention to the fact that I'm pretty sure PlayStation is at a state of play in February for like the last minimum 4 years that I can remember. So it's not exactly something that would surprise a lot of us to see a state of play. But I wouldn't discredit Nate the Hate. I think that, clearly proven himself, especially with the Switch 2 stuff, and soon enough we're going to see if the Halo stuff is true as well. So, they may know a little something about a state of play at this point. But what this transitions really well into is our next topic, which is all about Jason Schreier revealing quite a lot of information about what's happening with PlayStation. And actually, this quite literally sheds a lot of light on why the flow of showcases and stuff has kind of been, on the downside. We haven't really seen the showcases the way we like to see them. First, I'm going to talk about this Blue Sky post that Jason put out. He says, PlayStation has canceled 2 more live service games from subsidiaries Bend and Bluepoint. Bloomberg has learned. Fans have long wondered what Bluepoint has been working on for the last couple of years. I can report it was a live service God of War game. That's right. Bluepoint was working on a God of War game, a live service God of War game that just recently was canceled. And wow, it's not what any of us expected. There were rumors about Metal Gear Solid Remake. There were rumors at some point about Silent Hill Remake. There were rumors about Bloodborne Remake and Bloodborne 2. And sure enough, it was what nobody expected, which was God of War, the live service game. Man, I have to tell you guys, and just keeping it completely transparent with you guys, this is a very big disappointment. I can't speak for the entire community, but I can tell you that I would be surprised if a majority of the God of War fan base wanted a live service God of War game. And the truth is, I just don't see that being the case. This is quite literally one of the most disappointing things I've heard out of PlayStation in quite some time. Like, Bluepoint could have been working on anything else, and a live service God of War game is what they put them on. And of course, things have gone south and sour since what happened with Concord and other live service titles being shut down, with Factions and with the Spider-Man Insomniac game that was going to be a live service game being shut down as well. Like, guys, these are clear signs that there was a shift in place that they're trying to correct now. And honestly, just very, very disappointed to hear that Bluepoint all this time was working on something that just got scrapped. And then on top of that, we're hearing about Bend in the same situation. And it's just so upsetting because you think, well, sure enough, Bend is going to show their next project. Sure enough, Bluepoint is ready to show their next project. And we wait and we wait and we wait to hear whether they're going to show their next project. Sure enough, the next showcase will be happening. Well, when you have so many things canceled, between these two studios, between factions, between all these different projects, it's quite clear, very clear, that the reason we're not getting showcases as frequently as we thought, which was once a year, the reason we're not getting the banger state of plays, well, although we've had some good ones, but the majority of the time not on the level that we've liked to see, is because they haven't had the projects ready to go. They've been working on live service games that Sony themselves was unsure about, and sure enough has canceled. So it's one of these things where it's quite disappointing, very disappointing to hear all of this. But I want to talk quickly about a couple things that Jason Schreier also stated, just to kind of clearly cover this, right? This is a quote taken straight from Bloomberg. A company spokesperson confirmed the cancellations in a statement. The spokesperson said the two games were canceled following a recent review, and that PlayStation will continue making both online and single-player games. Woohoo, right? Like, we pretty much expected to get that answer. The second quote here is, neither studio will be shuttered. Bend and Bluepoint are highly accomplished teams who are valued members of the PlayStation Studios family, and we are working closely with each studio to determine what are the next projects. So, good news. The studios are not getting shut down, which would be ridiculous anyway, because they were probably put in that direction by Sony themselves. So why would you, penalize them for that? That'd just be unfair. As far as what they're going to work on in the future, I don't know, man. I really, really don't know. I think they just need to go back to Days Gone. Days Gone 2 will do just fine. I really think they just need to do it, and they have a lot of the assets already done. Like, just go do Days Gone 2. Days Gone 1 was so good. Honestly, I really think it aged really well, and I think if people go back and play this game, they're probably going to find it is better than they remember, especially now that it's, pretty solid. Like, the build is pretty solid now. As far as Bluepoint goes, I have no clue what they're going to give this team to do. I think they just got to let them figure out what they want to do. Don't throw them in a live service direction. I think these are the teams you want working on, very solid projects, man. Like single player experiences. Why are we putting your first party teams on and pretty much turning them into a live service studio? I think that's not the right move, at least not in my opinion. I understand live service is a thing. I get it. Sony wants to go in that direction. They want to have live service titles. I think you just have to cherry pick the studios that are going to do this. You don't give it to your Bluepoint and Bend, studios that worked on single player experiences. I think you got to really give them to the right teams, is what I'm trying to say. But let me know what you guys think about these canceled projects and what you think of what Bluepoint was working on, a live service God of War game. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you about Bloodborne, right? Shuhei Yoshida did an interview with Kinda Funny, Greg at Kinda Funny, and some interesting stuff came out about it, right? And I'm going to shoot a couple quotes here for you guys, and we're going to talk about it. He says, Bloodborne has always been a most asked for thing, and people wonder why we haven't really done anything, not even an update or remake or remaster, which should be easy. We're known for doing so many remasters. Some people get frustrated. I only have my personal theory for that situation. I left first-party development, so I don't know what's going on, but my theory is because I remember Hidetaka Miyazaki really loved Bloodborne and what he created. I think he is interested in bringing back Bloodborne, but he is so successful and so busy, so he can't do it himself, but he doesn't want anyone else to touch it. So that's my theory, and the PlayStation team respects his wish. That's my guess and theory. I'm not revealing any secret information. So all this to say, hey, this is what I think is happening, but this is not official. So in reality, we have to take it like that. He's saying it. He's obviously not going to reveal anything crazy. Like, if there was a secret thing he's not supposed to talk about, he's just not going to talk about it. But in this case, clearly, it's just speculation on his part. And it kind of makes sense to me. I think that Miyazaki has to be involved in some capacity. I think if we really want the best version of Bloodborne, if we really want, especially if we're talking about a sequel, then he needs to be involved. He simply does. I don't think anybody's going to do it justice, especially following up such a beloved title. So in truth, if they're going to do it, try to give Miyazaki's time a little bit. I mean, it's going to be expensive, but surely with their investments in Kadokawa and FromSoft, that they can definitely work something out. But really interested to see where this goes. But let me know what you guys think about this Bloodborne situation. Do you think we'll ever get a remaster, remake, or a sequel? How does it happen? But that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Please, guys, let's try to hit that like goal of 250 likes. Really appreciate all the effort you guys are putting in hitting the like button. Really means a lot to me. As always, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to never miss a PlayStation update and share the video to help grow our community. I thank you all for watching. Take care.